jumped off the wagon. Hey YouTube, well today I am in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and about to go through the Hershey story, a museum of chocolate. So let's go inside and take a look around. Oh, and in case you're ever wondering, yes, it's true. The lights are shaped like Hershey's Kisses, wrapped and unwrapped. So when he started building his factory, he was influenced by the town in England that Cadbury had for their workers, and so he not only built the factory, but he built the town around it. Sort of interesting is that during the Depression, he kept people working. They did have smaller work weeks, and but because there was so much labor to be had and building materials, that he built a lot around the town, and including the Hotel Hershey. I don't necessarily associate Reese's with Hershey, but Harry B. Reese tried farming, didn't like it, worked in the factory and for Hershey, and worked in the dairy, and then realized that if Hershey can sell a trainload of chocolate every day, I can at least make a living making candy. So in 1916, with World War I going on, sugar was starting to be rationed, and Hershey took that opportunity to go to Cuba. And let's see, I got a map here, and start Central Hershey way up here near Havana. It was out in sugarcane country, and about 30 miles from Havana. But he built the whole town. And this is what it started at, 1917, and ended up being like that. He paid the best prices, paid his workers well, built a factory town, much like he had here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And so he guaranteed his supply of sugar by control. Like this picture of them loading from a ox cart, loading up their train, railroad, and having been through sugarcane country in Florida, watching the 18-wheelers full of it, I can imagine how big a process this was. So sugarcane season is December to April. What do you do with the workers the rest of the year? To reduce unemployment, he started growing peanuts, had a peanut processing facility, and also and I couldn't even know how to pronounce it. Maybe some of you can, but it's an agave plant that grows in where sugarcane won't. And what they would do is dry the fibers, crush it up, and bale it up, and that's what would be used to make sisal rope, which would be what was replaced hemp rope. So Central Hershey in Cuba kept right on going until the Cuban Revolution. In 1959 and 60, Fidel Castro nationalized all U.S.-owned companies, and that stopped Hershey's from getting sugar from his factory in Cuba. And they renamed the factory after a revolutionary, but it fell off because of the embargoes, and so the production ended up being sold to the Soviet bloc countries, and when Soviet Union collapsed, that pretty much stopped that income, and they by 2000, I think they were only 1 million pounds of sugar sold or exported, as opposed to 7 something million. I'm not sure of those numbers, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, here at the museum, they've got this exhibit. It's pretty interesting, and I'm going to leave here and go over to try to get to Chocolate World and go through that free ride. It'll show us how they make chocolate. One of the things about Milton Hershey is that he incorporated a park into his town around the plant, keep the people, the workers, amused and places to go, and it eventually turned into a big amusement park, not just a place to go for picnics and such. But there's a stadium here. You can see some of the rides back in there and over in there. But it's closed right now. It's definitely the off season. But there's a little free ride we're going to go on that shows how chocolate is made. So let's go inside and check that out.